Hey, troopers. So Mrs. Fish and I want to go through our collective commitments and expectations as we start back with the new year, and so that we're all on the same page and we have some new students, and it's always good as reminders. Plus, we want to throw in a little bit of what James Lehman went over with us on Monday. So here we go. So learning is required. And we're like, well, why is that? Because we have to feel safe. And in order to learn, because it is required, we have to feel safe. And as you know, Mr. Lehman talked about on Monday, feeling safe in our minds and our bodies in order to learn. So every one of you deserves to feel safe physically, socially, and emotionally. These are ways that if you are not feeling safe, that you can anonymously call, text, email, go to the web page or the QR code here, so that you're able to report something that maybe you've seen or something that you need support for yourself. Our job is to teach these collective commitments to help maintain safety for all. And as James Lehman said, we all want to stay in the green. And your job is to follow them so that we're all in the green and we have a safe school. So here is, for some of you who have seen this, a lot of 7th graders, a couple 8th grade classes. So you have circles. You have the core circle, which is your inner circle. Family, friends, people, like when you hear really good news, they're the first people you want to share with. Then the green is the school. That is the safe place for everybody. Language, interactions, we aren't offensive, we're not sarcastic. And then yellow, like when you come to the stoplight, hopefully most of you, parents slow down. Some of us may speed up, but this is where you slow down. You kind of got to check yourself. Roasting a friend, sarcasm. But I was just joking, they're my friend, okay? Inner circle. And hopefully within your inner circle, you're still building each other up and being kind. But as James said, red and green, they can't touch. And hopefully that whatever we're doing in green, it will rub off on this inner circle. So kind of keeping that language so that we're not hearing slurs, we're not hearing profanity, and we're treating each other with kindness. Okay, so this falls in line with our 3 R's: being respectful, being responsible, and doing the right thing. In reviewing, like, how many of you said thank you to the kitchen staff? How many of you have worked hard to participate in class? Complying with a reasonable request, like, okay, let's get out our Chromebooks, let's do this. How many of you don't have to be reminded to do that? These are reasonable requests. Can you please stay to the right? These are all things that help make our school and our culture, staying in the green, and a great place to be. Cleaning up after ourselves, being responsible, complete your academic work on time, turning it in on time, show up for your clubs and sports that you have committed to. These are being responsible. Charging your Chromebook, locking up your phone, the responsibility, and then doing the right thing. When nobody's around, that's called integrity. You're doing the right thing. Every one of us, every staff member, every student has the right to be treated with dignity. You can be nice or you can be neutral. There's no room at Garrison for the unkind actions or words. And then share with an adult. If you see something or hear something that you cannot handle, we are not asking you to handle. If it's something really big, we have adults here that can help you. And again, on the previous slide about where you can call, text, email anonymously, and you will get support.
Okay, so our collective commitments are that your phones, smartwatches, earbuds, AirPods, whatever they are, you have them locked in your Yonder pouch. And that is happening every single day when you walk in the front doors. Your hoods should always be down in the hallways, in the cafeteria, in classrooms. And you should only be using school appropriate language. Like Mrs. Depker just said, that includes profanity, that includes slurs. It just includes like only kind language, not mean comments to others. And we only have water in the hallways. Start of the day procedures. So just like like we've been doing all year, students enter through the main entrance in the AM and go to the cafeteria. The doors open 8:30. When you walk in the door, your phones, your smartwatches, your earbuds, all need to be locked in your outer pouch. We're still checking them as you walk in the door. So you need to make sure that you unlock, stick them in, show that they're off, and then lock it back up. If you wish to remain on your technology, you need to stay outside when you are doing that. And that is limited to only your personal devices. If you are outside, you are not to be on your Chromebooks. Okay, do not open up your Chromebook. There's chance of them getting broken outside, wet, whatever that might look like. Please do not be on your Chromebook. In the morning, the hallways are off limits unless you have a pass from a teacher, like you need to get some help in your class and your teacher knows that you're coming, they've written you a pass and they can send you down. Or if you have like jazz band in the morning, you're down there already, potentially dropping off instruments, or if you have early morning sport practices. Sports equipment can be put away in the locker rooms at 8:45. So we'll let you down about a minute early so that you can go down and put your stuff in the locker room. Otherwise, you can just hold on to it in the cafeteria. Class begins at 8:50. So when the bell rings, make sure you are walking with a purpose to your class. If you are late, please make sure that you stop at the office to check in at the kiosk and grab a pass. When you are in the hallway, you need to make sure that you are still following the 3 R's. There are adults in the hallway listening, watching. Often Mrs. Depker's in the hallway with their jammy pack playing music, but you still need to be respectful, responsible, and you need to choose to do the right thing. This means that you're staying to the right. You're only walking in pairs, not in groups of 4 or 5 where you are blocking the entire hallway from other people. You're following all of the collective commitments about technology and hoods and appropriate language. You're only using a voice level 2. People do not need to be screaming and yelling down the hallway, okay? And that's during a passing period. If you are in the hallway during class, please use a level 1 because if classes can hear you, that is a big distraction. So you need to make sure that you're just using a level 1 during class and keeping your hands and your feet to yourself. You also need to be responsible. What that looks like in the hallway is that you're on time to class. You're not meandering, you're not walking your friends to class, you're walking with a purpose to your destination. And doing the right thing, what that might look like is saying hello to a staff member, making eye contact, greeting someone as you pass them in the hallway. And if someone drops something, please help them pick it up. You don't need to walk by or laugh, just help pick it up and then continue on.
Right. Entering and exiting the building. So to pick up off of where Mrs. Fish said, entering and exiting the classrooms, you're going to enter quietly and respectfully. It's not like this big show when you walk in or when you leave. Greet the teacher. A lot of times your teachers are like, hey, you have to like look them in the eye and say, hey, nod, hi. These are skills that you will need as you get older and hopefully applying for jobs that will make money. But it is the right thing to do as well. You go to your seat. You follow the classroom expectations and you stay in your seat until you're excused. That may look different in other classrooms. However, we are not packing up with 5-10 minutes left in class. Your teacher directs that. They will let you know when it's time to pack up. And we always are either seated at our desk or we are waiting by our desks until that bell rings. We are never crowded around the doorway. Thank your teacher. Have a great day. These are just interactions that we can extend not only to our classmates, but also to the teachers, and exit quietly when entering the hallway. So these are just simple, reasonable requests that I know we troopers can do. Okay, how do we behave in the classroom? So respect your peers, teachers, and guests. Respect school property, the belongings of others. You are not to ever get on anybody else's Chromebook. That Chromebook is Theirs, you have your own Chromebook. Wait your turn, raise your hand. Being responsible, be on time, engaged, and participate. That means that when you're in class and there's discussion, participate, engage in your learning, take ownership of your learning, take responsibility for your actions and behaviors, ask for help when you need it. Teachers will help you. You have to ask for help. You have to try and then say, I'm not understanding problem number 5 versus I just don't get it. Okay. Be specific, ask for help. We can give you help. Come prepared with your materials and then do the right thing. Follow the request the first time. Leave the space better than you found it. Look around. There shouldn't be any, pencils, pens, glue sticks, things on the ground. We pick them up and we put them in their rightful spots. Follow the slant. That means you're sitting up, you're leaning in, your attention is towards the speaker. You're nodding like, okay, I understand this. And you're being that respectful listener and learner. Follow our collective commitments and help your classmates when they need it. Just like Mrs. Fish said, if somebody drops something in the hall, help somebody to pick it up. Don't just walk by. Again, we want a school where we're all in the green. Okay, so the voice levels that you've heard Mrs. Fish and I talk about are, there's a silence, which is a 0. A 1 is 2 is if you're in a group table talk. 3, presentation, you're loud and proud. And then 4 is you're outside or cheering at assemblies. There is time and place for these different voice levels. And so respect the reasonable request when we ask for a certain voice level. Okay, slant, as we set up. You're sitting up, you're listening, you're asking and answering questions, you're nodding your head, and you're tracking the speaker. That means that you track the speaker wherever they go, because if somebody walks behind, there's like, oh, no, I don't want to do it. This is taking ownership of your learning. These skills will pay off for you.
Okay, so when you would like to check out of your classroom, first thing you need to do is ask for permission from your teacher. Okay, your teacher is going to be the one that's going to say, yes, you can go to the restroom. Yes, you may get a drink of water. You're going to sign out on your Chromebook landing page. So remember, you're going to go to your home page on your Chromebook, and there's going to be the classroom checkout sheet. You're going to take the appropriate pass, and you're going to go do your business. When you get back, you're going to return your pass. Please make sure that you grab a pass. If you are in the hallway without a pass, that looks fishy. So you need to make sure that you have a pass. Remember, bathrooms are checked regularly, hallways are monitored often. Now, reasons that you may leave is if you need to use the restroom, if you're going to the drinking fountain to get some water, you need to go to the office, if you need to go to the library, etc. No matter what, you need to check out on your Chromebook first.
And you have to have a written pass to go to the nurse.
So the difference, you do need to check out on your Chromebook landing page when you go to the nurse, but instead of grabbing the old nurse passes, we now have the paper passes that you will get from your teacher. So make sure that you have those things when you are exiting the classroom. How do troopers behave in the bathroom? So again, following the 3 R's, what being respectful looks like in the bathroom is that you're respecting the privacy of others while using the restroom. Okay, you're not in there to have conversations. You're not in there to like bother people. You're just in there to use the restroom, wash your hands, and leave. You're respecting school property and the belongings of others as well, meaning you're not leaving a mess. You're making sure that all of your garbage gets put into the appropriate garbage can. Please be responsible and make sure that the Garrison bathrooms are a place that is green and everyone is comfortable using. Make sure you wash your hands, use one person to a stall, and make sure you use the bathroom in a timely manner. They're not a place for social time. We're not in there to hang out with each other. We're not in there to gossip. We're only in there to use the restroom. If you do see any like bathroom misuse or maintenance, please make sure that you report it to an adult so we can get it taken care of. That will help us to keep the bathrooms clean, as well as making sure that we can monitor like who is kind of going in and out when that is occurring. And please leave the bathrooms better than you found them. Now, in the cafeteria, again, following the 3 R's, being respectful in the cafeteria means that you are waiting your turn in line. You're not taking cuts in front of others. You are saying thank you to the kitchen staff when you get your lunch, because they spent a lot of time making sure that the food is ready for you. Only taking what you need, not being wasteful. You're not taking extra food that you're not going to eat. You're not taking utensils. If you do have extra food that you're not going to eat, you can put it on the share table so somebody else has the opportunity to eat it. You're being mindful of how many sauce packets you're taking or how much sauce you're using, just so that it doesn't go to waste. Please respect the personal space of others. Do not take other people's food. Do not even touch other people's food. A lot of people have a thing about germs and they don't want others just like fingers on their food. So do not be taking other people's food. Make sure that when you're sitting at your table, you're using a voice level 2. You're not yelling in the cafeteria. If you need to talk to somebody who's further away, you can stand up and go talk to them. And you're following the directions of the staff that are supervising. Also, when you are getting ready to leave, you need to make sure that you're raising your hand to be dismissed so that we can check that you have all your stuff gathered for garbage, so that when you leave, you can throw it away. Now, I have seen quite a few lately. I mean, today and this week, some people leaving trash on the table. You have to make sure that you dispose of your trash in the appropriate trash can. Make sure that when you're waiting in line, you're not taking cuts in front of others. Just because your friends are up there doesn't mean that you get to go wait and get food with them. You need to wait in line and not cut in front of others. Please be sure that you remain seated. If you see a spill, or if a spill happens, we understand accidents happen. You can report that to supervising staff so we can help clean it up, return your tray to the window, and leave the space better than you found it. You might see that there's new students or people who are sitting alone. Include other students who are sitting alone to come and eat with you and your friends, so that we have people who feel comfortable and welcome in all areas of the school. If you spill and you're able to clean it up, take ownership of that and clean it up. Use please and thank you when you're interacting with others, and follow the collective commitments. Options for after you eat. If you would like to stay in the cafeteria and sit at a table with your friends, that's fine, as long as you remain seated and you are being appropriate at your table, following the collective commitments. You can go to the library to read or have a break. You can play board games in the library. You need to make sure that you sign in when you get there and you are not leaving the library once you are in. Or you can go outside to the field to play. We also have the gym open for first lunch. The gym is open on Tuesdays, and for second lunch, the gym is open on Thursdays.
Alrighty, how do we behave outside at lunch? Again, no food or drinks outside. Okay, leave it and eat in the lunchroom. I know some of us wear our backpacks, we like to eat our chips. Again, we don't share food because we don't know the different allergies that other people can have. And then there's germs of us sticking our hands all over the chips that we put in our mouth. So please don't share food or eat outside. Respect the classroom still in sessions. Please stay away from the windows. When you enter the building, voice level 1, wait patiently nearby an adult to unlock the doors. Do not bang on the doors. You just have to wait. We will get there to unlock the doors. When the bell rings, walk with a purpose. That means let's get to class. We don't want a bunch of tardies. Help maintain a clean and safe environment by cleaning up after yourselves and others. Please pick up the equipment and bring it in. The equipment does not bring itself in. If you're walking in with, let's say, a soccer ball and you see a basketball, pick it up and bring it in. Let's do the right thing. Let's load up the equipment container so that maybe we can get new equipment. Okay. All right. Safety is important. Report anything you can't handle to the adult. Keep your hands and feet to yourself and stay in the supervised areas. All righty, let's talk dress code. This may or may not show. So what I want to talk about dress code. Basically, we're covered. Okay, just cover. I know that it's getting colder out. Hoods are still down. You know, if you have beanies, we'll check. That's fine. Sweatshirts. This is the word on the street. So mostly females are like carrying their sweatshirts in front of them because maybe they don't lock up their phones when they walk in and they're like hiding the phones right there. So we're going to ask that you either put your sweatshirt in your backpack or wear your sweatshirt, not carried in front there. Okay. Blankets are a great place to stay at home. So blankets are more than welcome to stay at home. We don't wear them. Okay. Wear a sweatshirt, wear a jacket. And if you don't have one of those, come see us in the office. We can help you get one. And then, you know, the pants are at the hips, just like you guys, you're doing, some of you are doing a really good job with that. And the crop tops, which it's a little chilly for them. However, we are covering down to the belly, you know, anybody up here. So just, if you have questions about the dress code, come ask us. All righty. Here are your counselors. So you have Mrs. Mueller and Mr. Pitzer. We're sharing this with you because if you do need to make an appointment, you can go on your landing page and schedule an appointment with them. They're there to help you. And if you need help with how to schedule this, you can ask your teacher, or you can come ask us and we will help you schedule an appointment. Alrighty, attendance. We know that there's a lot of things in Google Classroom that teachers upload, which is great. It will never replace coming to school and being in front of the teacher and your peers for the discussion and the hands-on things that you do. If you're sick, we absolutely need you to stay at home so that we don't spread it everywhere. And plus, if you're not feeling well, you're not going to have a good day. So please stay at home. Okay. If you are sick, it's really important that your parents call you in and excuse you. Okay. Anything that is not called in, it's called unexcused, and those are bad. Okay, so call in and we'll get you excused. And if you're going to go on a trip, which I hope none of you are right now during school, but if you have to, life happens, you have to come to the office and you have to get what's called a pre-trip. Okay, so we can help you with that. Alrighty. Any questions that you have, families can call 527-3040. Alrighty, Chromebook care. I'm just going to load this up real simple. You are responsible for the Chromebook that's in front of you. If it is in its case, the insurance covers it. If it's not in this case, you pay full price. And most everybody has a case because Mrs. Schulke checked for that. When you open up your case, if you punch it, if you pull off any little tabs, anything, you are responsible. That is called vandalism because it is on loan to you. It comes with a monetary cost, whatever that is, and it comes with discipline because you have to be responsible for this equipment. Your Yonder pouches are the same. Every day we tell you, at the end of the day, close your Yonder pouch, roll it up, stick it in your backpack. There's no way that these things, that the pins, when you open them up, can be bent unless you've messed with it. I'm telling you, I sent videos to the Yonder people back east, and one of the makers said, they're damaged. And that comes with a fee too. So you have to be responsible for these, and we know you can. And there's videos on the Chromebook here. Oh, yeah. Not only that, but what you type into the Chromebook as well. So again, the shared documents. We're not doing shared documents. Now, some of you are like, oh, yeah, we are. Okay, shared documents. Even if you type something, it's going to alert us and it takes an immediate screenshot. It doesn't go away. Please do not do the shared documents, okay? We had asked that the Chromebooks have been shut down between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. There's no homework being done during that time. So that has been a good thing. Be mindful of what you type in. These are public devices. Type in your inner circle outside of school what you want in that private. Chromebooks are in the green, okay? All right, accountable for learning. If you this is during lunchtime. This is basically, sometimes it's like, hey, you need some extra time, accountable for learning. If you're in class and you've had some gentle reminders like, hey, Kim, need you get working, and you're just like, I really don't want to work, then we're going to take care of you and you will get an accountable for learning slip. It is not up to you to go, God, I just really don't feel like going. You need to go, and you need to go show it to the front of the line, get your food and get up there. A lot of times, if you get the work done, you're back outside. But these are non-negotiable because unfortunately, there's more discipline that comes with it. So accountable for learning, get up there, get it done, or better yet, don't get an accountable for learning. Just get the stuff done in class. And that includes your iReady lessons too. If you don't get an iReady lesson done, get it done at night. Okay.
Okay, tardy policy, which I want to make sure I point out that it resets this semester because we are, with new classes and everything, we are giving everybody a clean slate starting for second semester. So everybody has 0 tardies right now for all of their classes. However, our goal with this tardy policy is to maximize academic time. We need to make sure that every student is in their classroom ready to learn when the bell rings. So being on time shows responsibility because you are making it to class on time, and it is respect to your teacher and to your classmates and to yourself because you don't need to be missing any instruction. If you are tardy, that means that you are not inside your classroom when the bell stops ringing. And this does include being late to first period. The first offense is a warning by the teacher. The second offense is a warning by the teacher. The third offense is when the teacher will make parent contact and a detention will be served. Tardies do have progressive discipline. So the more tardies you accumulate, the harsher the discipline or the consequence becomes with that. So please make sure that you are getting to your classes on time. Yonder pouches. If you are caught with your technology, your parent or guardian must come in and pick up the phone at the end of the day. You do not get a warning. You have had many, many, many reminders that you need to be putting your technology into your Yonder pouch. If you forget it, you get to turn it into the office and it will be held till the end of the day without facing discipline. However, if you forget your Yonder pouch multiple times in a month, 3 times in 1 month, that becomes an after-school detention because, again, you need to be responsible and you need to remember your Yonder pouch every single day. So you need to make sure that you get it in. It does reset every month. But you need to make sure that you are bringing your Yonder pouch. If your pouch is damaged or it gets lost, it can be replaced for $30. And you will need to turn in your phone to the office until you pay that replacement fee. Mrs. Depker alluded to this a little bit already, but things that you should keep at home: toys, blankets, any perfume or colognes or body sprays. I know that you need sometimes a little refresher after PE. Deodorant works really well, so just use your deodorant. Many people are allergic to the sprays, or it can also trigger like asthma attacks in people. So we really want to make sure that we are being mindful of that. So don't bring your perfume, colognes, body sprays. Blankets are for home. If you need a coat or a sweater, again, come talk to us in the office. We can get one of those for you. And toys they often get lost is the biggest issue. Is you bring your toy and it gets lost or it gets stolen or it gets damaged, but they also can be disruptive. So don't bring your toys because they can be confiscated and you will be held in the office until the end of the day. So please make sure that you are only bringing school appropriate things. And this includes stuffed animals. You don't need to bring your stuffed animals to school either. If you do bring these things, they need to stay in their backpack again. Otherwise, they're going to get confiscated and taken to the office. Detention, just like last year and just like first semester, it will be after school. There are certain occasions where a lunch detention will be assigned instead of an after school detention, but most of the time you will be assigned an after school detention. If you participate in sports, that will be on you to communicate with your coach that you will be late because you will not get a pass to practice. And if you have a game and you are assigned after school detention, that means you do not go to the game. So please be on your best behavior, especially if you're playing sports and you want to go and participate in your games and play in practice. You can't be getting into trouble. Families will have 24-hour notice for pickup, so teachers will alert families that the detention will be served the following day. And so families have that time to know to come pick you up at 4 on those days. And detention is held in room 208, which is upstairs. Intent versus impact. It is the impact of your behavior that matters, not what you intended. So, for example, often when we are just joking with our friends or we're being sarcastic, we don't have this intention of really truly hurting somebody, but that doesn't mean that that is the impact that is had. The person who is receiving the comments or the jokes or the phrase or sarcasm, they get to decide what the impact is on them. So if you're making a racist, homophobic, or discriminatory you're using discriminatory language, and you're just joking, or you're just talking to your friends, that's not appropriate. That will have an impact on someone around you that is not positive. Again, like what James Lehman said, we have to keep our school in that large green circle and keep it green and safe. Play fighting will be treated the same as actual fighting. If you are play fighting with someone, it looks to us like you are actually fighting, and that is not okay. And disruptive behavior that negatively impacts learning, even if you're just talking to your friends or the teacher wasn't talking, you might not think it's a problem, but it has an impact on the learning in the classroom environment. So you need to be aware of the impact that your behavior is having. When we have guest teachers in the building, you will be following the 3 R's. You will show them the utmost respect, okay? Even though it is a different day and you have a different teacher, even when it's challenging, you have to give it your all. You have to be respectful. You will comply with reasonable requests, because even if your teacher doesn't do that normally, you still need to follow that request because it is an adult in the building asking you to do something. You need to say thank you. You can work hard and participate in class just as if your teacher's there. And you can even ask the guest teacher if they need help. Be responsible, meaning you're taking ownership for your actions by having a positive attitude. You're making good choices. You're being responsible for your work. You're accepting redirection and cleaning up after yourself. And then doing the right thing by recognizing guest teachers as actual teachers in the building, recognizing that they have that authority. You can take a leadership role, such as maybe greeting your other students at the door, being an attendance helper or tech support, or even a peer helper. How students behave in the gym. So troopers are respectful, responsible, and doing the right thing. You're following the directions of the teachers. You're respecting their personal space and the equipment, because again, it's not cheap. And so if we want to continue to have nice things, we need to make sure that we are being respectful. No food or drink, only water is had in the gym, and make sure that you stop on the whistle. You're responsible by putting the equipment away, even if it's not yours. You're taking care of the equipment and sitting in your assigned area, and you're being safe when you're using the equipment or playing games with others, making sure that you're not hitting others in the head when they're not paying attention. Leave your emotions on the playing fields by giving your best effort and being kind and using good sportsmanship. Athletic competitions are an extension of your school day and of your school, and your behavior reflects Garrison Middle School. So when you're in a sporting event or in away games, you need to make sure that you are giving your best sportsmanship. How students behave in the locker rooms, you're following directions. Again, you're using a voice level 2. We don't need to be yelling in the locker room. It's not a large space. Respecting personal space of others and belongings of others, and not taking what doesn't belong to you. Take care of your lock in your locker and keeping your backpack in a secure space. We are not responsible for items that get lost because you chose not to put your backpack in a locked area. And please pick up after yourself. You do not need to spend excess amount of time in the locker room. You're just getting in there to put your stuff away, change your clothes if necessary, and then leaving. Take care of your personal business and then exit. And even if it's not yours, help clean up messes in the locker room.
All right. And today, here we go. School day ends at 3:30. obviously Wednesdays at 2:30. Okay, exit through the main building, you unlock and you lock it back up, roll it up, put your yonder pouch in your backpack. Okay. When you leave the building, you don't come back. Okay, so it's not, oh, I'm gonna go to Dungeons and Dragons Club, but I think I want to go hang out with my friends for a little bit and then come back to the building. Nope. Once you leave, you need to be gone. It's just too much going in and out, people wandering the halls. All right, so thank you. And again, unlock your phones, head home, and then get started on that homework, right? Okay. When you leave at the end of the day, you guys have done a really nice job of kind of unlocking and heading out. So thank you. If you ride a bus, you should be going out the doors that are down the hallway by 115, 116 and catching the bus over there. If you go out the front, you need to go get in line by the bus, not hang out and then miss your bus. Just get to the bus and then you're waiting in the bus respectfully, okay? So we're not yelling in the hallways. Voice level is 2, unlock, and either walk, get picked up, or head to the bus. All right. I'll get this here soon for you. That's it. Oh, okay, that's it. So we wanted to go through and record all of our expectations for you so that you're all getting the same message. While you may be like, oh, there's a lot of rules, they're just principles and expectations that we live by. So again, we can be in the green and everybody feels safe and want to come to school. All right, so let's have a great rest of the day.
One more thing. In your email, there is a survey that came from me called Student Culture Survey. I think it's 5 questions and it's very similar to the CEE survey where you'll see like almost true, like always true, almost always true, sometimes true. Please go to your email, answer those questions. Your advisory teacher will have a roster and you'll show them when you've completed the survey because it's anonymous and they'll check your name off. The advisory with the highest percentage of completion will get a prize. If we have multiple advisories with the same, that's the highest, we'll draw one out of the hat so that that advisory can get a prize. So please make sure that you do that and hope you have a great day.